Some workers, especially teenagers, it is a very different story. Teens face several hurdles as they hunt for those summer jobs. One forecast points to the weakest summer for teen hiring in almost 80 years. But new data suggests there could be more openings later in the summer months. Karen Caifa is in Washington with a look at the obstacles for these young workers and some possible opportunities they can look into. Karen.
Hi there, Carly. It is tough, but not impossible for teens and young workers this summer. AI and gas prices are squeezing young workers out of a lot of jobs. They're also competing with their older brothers and sisters, and in some cases, even their grandparents.
The summer job market for teens and young workers isn't so hot. According to outplacement and consulting firm Challenger Gray and Christmas, 2026 could be the worst summer for teen hiring since the government started keeping track in 1948. Andy Challenger says sectors that typically hire teens are taking a hit.
This year, inflation, high oil prices are hitting the handful of industries like leisure and entertainment, that extra pocket money spending during the summer, where teenagers tend to find most of the summer jobs.
There's also competition from recent college grads who have struggled to land permanent gigs and from workers of retirement age who are increasingly seeking part-time and seasonal roles. And automation.
A lot of companies like fast food restaurants and convenience stores have made investments over the last few years in self-service kiosks, checkouts, those typical jobs that would go to teenagers.
Nicole Bachot, labor economist at ZipRecruiter, says employers have played it safe with hiring in an uncertain economy.
Stability has been the name of the game for the last year and a half, maintaining their workforce, not really looking to expand, which has really been limiting entry-level opportunities.
But Bachot also notes job growth has very recently broadened to include more sectors that typically hire young workers.
That includes things like transportation and retail. Despite high gas prices, we're still seeing some signals that employers are increasing demand for employment in those areas,
meaning more opportunities could open as summer goes on.
And more hopeful news for job seekers this week. Job openings jumped to their highest level in 2 years at the end of April, according to new government data. We'll get the full picture of the U.S. labor market from the federal government when the monthly jobs report releases on Friday. Carly?
All right, Karen Caifa live for us in Washington. Thank you so much.